This is a repair video on a big Craftsman 6 horsepower. So that means it's a pretty old mower because it's rated on horsepower rather than gross torque, which is what Briggs and Stratton started doing. And this mower is this old. You look at the cover here. This is a Quantum engine, and I got to get some moisture on there to make it legible. So I'm going to spit on that. And now, abracadabra, this mower was made in the year 2005. What's that right there? That's 05. And it was made in the month of November, which is the 11th. And then the 16th day. So it's 11/16/2005, which makes sense because I had a mower almost exactly like this back in about 2003. I think it was a 22-inch cut. This is 21-inch cut. But the engine is pretty much the same. I bought this used from a guy who said it needed to be a carb clean and a kill cable installed on it, and I bought it for $30. So the kill cable's missing, and this is where it goes. So this switch is going to work, because if you watch real carefully, right there, you're going to see that move. See that? It's very subtle, but that means that, if you can see that, watch this. See that? Here, I'll just wiggle it. Okay, that means that the spark is touching the end of this, and it will kill the engine. The spark will be directed to the entire mower instead of to the spark plug, because the kill wire runs from here up to the coil, and that's how that shuts off. But obviously it's missing the spring, which goes from here to here. It's a very powerful spring, so I'll either reinstall that and find me another kill cable, and I'll just develop some kind of a kill switch by modifying that. The other thing I want to check is the muffler, and the muffler's solid. This spark plug is the wrong spark plug. It's going to take either a Champion J19LM or a Champion RJ19LM, or if you guys have an Autolite close to you and you're trying to get the right spark plug for this old Craftsman Quantum, it's an Autolite 458. Okay, 458 Autolite. And you can get those pretty darn cheap at Walmart, about a couple of bucks, instead of going to an auto parts store and spending $6 or $7 for one spark plug. But the big mystery with this mower is going to be changing this mower back to what it was, because this is a Frankenstein mower now. The first hint that I had something was really messed up about this mower is if you come around here, you see this wire sticking out of where the air filter is. And so that obviously shouldn't be there. And what it does is he's attached it to the choke plate on this carburetor to hold it open, which is fine, but it's the wrong carburetor. And then he's got this zip lock tied and freezing the automatic governor. So maybe one time it ran, but there's way too much tension on that governor spring there. It's been pushed back pretty far, I think, but all that's got to come off because that is the wrong carburetor. I was thinking maybe this was wrong, and somebody installed this wrong, and it was actually a self-priming quantum, because that's the self-priming quantum carburetor. But what tells me that it's the other way around, that I need to put a priming carburetor, which is what that does. It's going to prime the carburetor. What tells me that is the self-priming mechanism is going to run from that little choke plate over here and under this housing. But you can tell by the housing there's no gap. There should be a big gap right here for that linkage to run all the way across under here and connect over there on the muffler. Well, that big opening is not here. So someone stuck a self-priming carburetor on this mower instead of what they should have, which is one that primes. So I've got to take all of that off. You know, obviously I'm going to get rid of the Ziploc, get rid of this funky cable right here holding the choke plate open, and get the correct carburetor on here. This is faded, this little primer plate, or primer bulb here, but it is flexible. But since that's the wrong carburetor, you could push on this all day and it's never going to pump any fluid in there, any gasoline in there to start the mower, because there is no opening on the carburetor for that air to go into the carburetor, because it's self-priming. There's sort of a little dimple there on these carburetors that makes you think that there's an opening there, but it's not. It's blind. It's not an opening at all. And you can see that's where the linkage would go if this was a self-priming carburetor. It would connect in that little hole right there, and be a screw connecting to they call it an air vane, but really it's not so much that as it's just linkage to this carburetor right there. It's going to move this around based on the temperature of the engine. So all that's got to come off. So we're going to take this Frankenstein mower and turn it back into what it was, which is a good old-fashioned push-to-prime quantum engine. I always like to look underneath on these things, and the blade is good, it's very good, and it's even sharp. I've spun it around to make sure that it's not, that's got compression, and it does. And I don't see any indication that it's wobbling, and which would indicate a bent crankshaft. I don't see that as a problem yet. It might be bent. Sometimes when you see a really good-looking blade on an old mower, that means that they hit something so hard that they had to take the bent blade off and they put a new one on there, and it won't run right, won't start, because the crankshaft has been hit so hard that it sheared the flywheel key, and then the timing's messed up. So they put a new blade on there, and sometimes that's a hint that there's something else wrong. Even though that's a good thing, but it also sort of tells a story. So this is going to come off. I wanted to show you this. I'm going to take this screw out. It's really important not to lose this screw if you want to be able to attach this plate here where it belongs, because it's not easy to find a screw that's going to match that where it screws in. So I'm going to make sure I don't lose that. I may unscrew this and then put a piece of tape across the top so that it stays in one piece. So let's get started on this mower. I wanted to show you what I'm up against with it and what I'm going to be doing. So let's get started. I've run too long in this video, so come back for episode 2 and we're going to get this mower running.